how to navigate the chaos and uncertainty of today's world. Hi, friends, it's Katerina Satori. I felt in my heart to share with you this message, to speak about this ever increasing turbulence, emotional turbulence that we are surrounded by. And the waves, the emotional waves, are getting higher and higher. And it's not that easy to cultivate your center, to be present, and to be available to the moment. All spiritual teachings and traditions give us a very simple guidance: be present, be present, be present. But when we are emotionally turbulent, it's the hardest thing to do, isn't it not? So, for example, last night I found myself feeling really restless. My mind was agitated. My emotions were like these strong waves on the ocean. And this is exactly what I did to come back to my center. First, I decided to take some time for myself. I sat down. I planted my feet on the ground and I began to ground my energy. I used the process of visualization and using my imagination to work with my subtle energy. I visualize my energy coming together from being spun out and just being here at the headspace, on the mental space, to actually being grounded into one experience that called grounding cord. So grounding cord is a visualization technique that I use consistently, daily. And what it is, you visualize a cord, an energetic cord that roots you to the center of Mother Earth. And you begin to gradually, but quite fast too, calm down. And your energy goes from being up here, all spun out, to move, 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 until you feel rooted in the here and now. That's the first thing that I do. The second thing that I do, I practice a little bit of magic, esoteric magic, ancient mysteries that I apprenticed for many, many years. I put a circle of protection. I activate a spiritual law of psychic protection. And I put a circle around myself. I visualize a golden circle around me. And by doing that, I create a contained space of healing, harmony, and transformation. So this technique goes to us from very ancient times, 3,000, 5,000 years ago. The magicians and alchemists and spiritual seekers have used the circle of protection to ground their energy and to create this concealment. Then I work with the healing power of color. So what I do, I choose a color that I intuitively feel would be a good one to work with. I'll share with you the one that you can start. The golden color that symbolizes universal healing energy is so powerful, it's so simple. But when you begin to work with color, color is very similar to sound. If you've ever experienced a sound bath and sound healing experience, it works magic on bringing you back to a state of wholeness, also known as coherence. And if you felt restless or disorganized, through the sound healing, you come back and it heals you. It returns you to a state of unity. That's what healing is, right? When I discovered working with color, actually my spirit guides gave me this information in a dream. I've been receiving dream communication with my guides for a while. Excuse me, something in my throat. But they told me, work with color to bring yourself into balance. So I work with the color gold I surround myself with this color, visualizing a golden healing mist, or putting the gold color everywhere in my inner environment, surrounding myself with the color gold. And a gold represents spiritual integrity and high spiritual frequency energy. When you begin to work with that color, you will naturally raise the vibration of your being. Very simple techniques. They are so simple, it's easy not to do them. It may be familiar to feel stressed out, agitated, and restless. Sometimes we go through this experience and they just become a norm for us. But there is another way to live. There is another way to cultivate your vibration and to cultivate your frequency and to center yourself no matter what you're going through, no matter what is unfolding. So, because when we are centered, we can make a new choice. We can hear the voice of our inner wisdom when we are centered. I know for me, if I am not centered, I just spin in the labyrinth of the mind. And there is nothing new there. There's just recycled stories and recycled fears and worries. So by practicing this energy work that I described, this very simple grounding, creating the circle of protection, psychic protection, working with the color gold, you feel such shift from within. And then you ground yourself and you start hearing the voice of your wisdom, the voice of the divine within you. I wanted to offer that because how do we navigate a very fast transformation that's happening on the planet if we don't know how to ground ourselves and how to be present, not only for the turbulence, but also for the magic? Because transformation involves both. Transformation will invite us to embrace change, even when on the level of the thinking mind, we think we're not ready for the change and we want things to stay the same, right? Like, can't they just stay the same? But the change is here and change happens on a global level. And we have an invitation to let go of our need to know what will happen in the future. And trust me, this is not easy for us humans. We have a survival part of our brain that is very comfortable with knowing, and it's very uncomfortable with not knowing, right? So it's understandable. But when we begin to walk this path of the soul is at peace with not knowing, because the soul knows the mystery is divinity. And what we don't know holds a beautiful expansion and magic and wonder and surprise and transformation and change and all of it. So how do we learn to become centered and grounded? Not just once a year on a spiritual retreat or in a plant medicine ceremony, but really seeing entire life, our daily life, is a sacred experience. I hope this supported and inspired you to give these practices a chance. And if you'd like to connect with my work, I'm very easily discoverable on my social media channels, as well as you're more than welcome to join my email list to receive my email updates. And if you'd like to study more energy work, consider joining either my self-study course, Frequency Shift, that you can go at your pace. It instantly becomes available, where you learn how to raise your vibration, how to activate your energy field, how to protect yourself, how to clear ancestral patterns. But also, if you are a deep diver and you want to know how to take this energetic medicine to your community, I also teach teachers training in my methodology, Frequency Shift for Teachers. So this is my invitation. Reach out and connect with me for any of this, and may you stay centered and grounded, navigating chaos, navigating change, navigating transformation with trust in your heart and confidence and inner peace.